Topic: renal failure and technology for its survival. What do we mean by renal failure? It means decline in the performance of kidney due to a disease known as kidney failure. Renal is the term given to kidney. Whenever there is a decline in the performance of kidney, we say it's the kidney failure. Though it is not common, it may result to death within a couple of weeks if not treated properly. So we have to build up a mechanism that is going to help a person from this kind of kidney failure. See, there are two alternatives. One is either we can look for a normal matching kidney. From where do we get that matching kidney? From a healthy person, whosoever can donate. Second is an artificial kidney. What that artificial kidney will do? It will get rid of all the metabolic waste from the blood and maintain the normal level of water and mineral ions. So, if this one is beneficial and this one too is equally beneficial, if this one is available, good enough. If not, then we have to survive on the second mechanism. And this one where the artificial kidney functions on the principle as the normal kidney works. That means maintaining the normal level of water and mineral ions. And taking up the functions is known as dialysis. क्या बोलते हैं इसको? Dialysis. And we give the term renal dialysis to it. Coming to what does a renal dialysis picture looks like and how does it function. See, in renal dialysis, this is a patient's body. Clear? From a patient's body, what do we do is, we collect blood from an artery and take it to a pump where heparin is already added, which is an anticoagulant, and this one is allowed to enter into a network of dialysis setup where all the tubes or the tubules that I am drawing are interconnected. See, there is no opening on any side. All are interconnected. This way. And finally, from here, this end, it is moving out and is entering into the patient's body once again. Clear? What this tube is made up of? This tube is made up of selectively permeable membrane. From here, one end is connected to a bottle which is collecting the used dialyzing solution, and from here, this side, we are introducing the fresh dialyzing solution. Clear? This one is the fresh dialyzing solution, and this dialyzing solution, let it be all around in this area, in between the tubules as well, not in the tubules, rather in between the tubules. क्लियरली डायग्राम को देखना, आराम से समझ में आएगा what is happening. This solution is moving upward, and from here the solution is brought downward and is collected here. Clear? Now what is happening? अब यहाँ से क्या हो रहा है? यहाँ से हम आर्टरी में से ब्लड कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं and is allowing it to enter into the body, and यहाँ से the pure blood is again sent to the person's body. How does it work now? We say the blood is pumped out of the body and circulates slowly through the entire dialyzing machine. अब क्या होता है? When the blood is entering from this artery, it is taken into a pump where an anticoagulant heparin is added. Why so? Because otherwise the blood will clot in the tubules. So anticoagulant heparin is added to the blood to prevent clotting. This blood circulates slowly through the long cellulose tubules, which are coiled in a tank filled with the dialyzing solution. These cellulose membranes, these will only allow ions, small amounts of mineral ions, sodium potassium ions, along with water to diffuse through it. मतलब इसमें से पानी, ions सब बाहर निकलेगा. Clear? सब बाहर निकलेगा. RBCs, platelets, protein molecules, these are too large. These cannot pass through the membrane. Finally, the clean blood is pumped back to the body. So, the question may arise. If it is selectively permeable membrane, it might be absorbing little amount of this dialyzing fluid also. Generally, what happens? We always talk about that permeability allows the movement of ions from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration. Here, when we are talking about that concentration mechanism, we say the ions which are rich in the tubules, which is this tubule which is brought from the body containing blood. So the ions which are rich in blood need to be expelled out, and these ions are high here compared to the dialyzing fluid. Automatically, excessive amount of ions which are there in the dialyzing fluid will automatically move out due to the concentration gradient, and that used dialyzing fluid is ultimately collected in this section of the jar, and the fresh one is installed simultaneously. Nothing is reabsorbed back by the tubules. That's why this process cannot be taken up at regular intervals of time, depending upon the body's need and the problem in the body, that for how long and for how much time this dialysis has to be done. Looking at the condition of the patient, this thing is advised, but nothing is reabsorbed back, and here the buffer solution is maintained. That means the pH concentration of blood and the dialyzing solution is maintained at 7.4, so that it behaves like a normal kidney. This is how the technology has helped us by giving us a solution of renal dialysis to combat the kidney failure problem. Clear? Moving next to our topic, excretion in plants. When we are talking about the process of respiration, transportation, transpiration, we say that there is a foul gas, carbon dioxide, which is foul according to us, is a quite useful product for the plants. And the major waste which is produced by the plant is oxygen in return. Little amount of CO2 we have to count along with, because which is released during the daytime, if you remember. And water. CO2 and water are used up by the process of photosynthesis. Again, the balance is maintained. But for plants, the main excretory product still which is left behind is oxygen, which inhibits photosynthesis in higher concentration. So it is escaped out from the plant into the environment by the process of diffusion. Then we say excessive amount of salts. Which all salts? Salts which are released along with the guttation. What is guttation? That is the oozing out of water in the form of droplets from the margins of the leaves, especially the herbaceous plants during the morning time. This is guttation. Certain salts are released along with. Then we say the toxic waste which is stored in the dead permanent tissues and hard food. That toxic waste is basically the calcium pactate, the latex, gum, essential oils, which is a toxic waste product for plants. These are their excretory products. Then resins, resin of pine tree, it yields turpentine. Then mucilaginous duct stored mucilage, all these, and certain ions, that means excessive amount of iron, excessive amount of calcium, these are sent to the dead parts, the plants parts which are following senescence, वहाँ पे जाके accumulate हो जाते हैं. These are moved to petals, these are moved to fruits, seeds, and for us these are quite rich in all the nutrients. Iron, calcium. We eat apple, we say, oh, it's quite rich in iron. We eat other fruits and we say these are quite rich in minerals and ions. Yes, these are the excessive metabolites which are released out from the plant body and are stored in petals, in fruits, in seeds, in basically the mucilaginous ducts, in oil glands, and from here these are collected by us. This is excretion in plants.